The anthems are over and welcome back to Willoughby Stadium for some BCPL men's division action. It's a battle between last year's champions Langley United and the visiting Kamloops United. We'll get into the starting lineups for both of these sides. For Langley, led by head coach Azad Palani in goal. Dropping in from Vancouver FC on loan for the evening, goalkeeper Henrik Rajitnik. Number 3 is Nicholas Papakyriakopoulos. Number 4, Jayden Manetta. Number 7, Mateus Lucas. Number 8, Matarolo Adriano. Number 10, Kyle Jones. Number 12, Axel de Vries. Number 15, Lucas Friend. Number 17, Vitor de Arejo. Number 20, Lise Musset. And number 21, Ebi Egali. De Arejo and Musset, also Vancouver FC players, loaned down to Langley United, their BCPL affiliate for the evening. For Kamloops United, in goal for them, number 1, Torin Rutherford. Number 4, Rory Clements. Number 5, Elijah DeSantis. Number 9, Noel Poole. Number 12, Domenico Kamita. Number 13, Stefan Macetis. Number 16, Lee Robinson. Number 18, Alessandro Kamita. Number 20, Aidan Muzio. Number 22, Ben Finlay. And number 23, Justin Wallace. They are led by head coach Darren Sarrell in his first year coaching this Kamloops United side in the BCPL. Darren is the technical director and head of coaching with Kamloops. He's worked a number of years over in England in some of the top academies, including some Premier League academies, and he's over here in Canada now working with Kamloops United. For Langley United, they got the defence of their BCPL title off to a winning start last weekend. A big 4-0 victory over Nanaimo United. Kamloops went down to a 5-2 defeat at Vancouver Whitecaps at Thunderbird Stadium last Saturday. Last year, both teams came away with a win. Kamloops won the first game in Kamloops 3-2. Langley the second here in Willoughby 2-0. And Langley United looking to get some form, get some chemistry going as they get set to face off against Vancouver FC, their affiliated CPL club, in Canadian Championship action next month. And a number of players last week and this week will be staking a claim to that game day squad. I'm Michael McCall. I'll have the call for you this evening. Langley are in the all blue jerseys with the yellow Admiral trim. Kamloops kicking this one off in the green and white hoops and white shorts, going from left to right in this first half. And you feel it's going to be a tough outing for Kamloops. Langley full of confidence just now, looking to impress head coach Azad Palani. And the action underway here at Willoughby Stadium. As always, with these BCPL broadcasts, if you want to get in touch during the broadcast, you can do so on X at AFTN Canada, AFTN Canada. Or if that's not your thing, get in touch by email, aftncanada@hotmail.com. Let us know where you're taking the action in from this evening. If you want to talk about the season or any of these teams or players, we like to make these broadcasts interactive, so please do get in touch. Key of the game here for Kamloops is to try and keep possession. And giving the ball away cheaply like that is certainly not going to help their cause. They want to try and get off to a fast start here as well. This is a very strong and stacked Langley roster all round. The bench is strong, the starters are strong. You've got those 3 loanees down from Vancouver FC. Sometimes though, when you've got that amount of loanees, it can take a little bit of time to get some chemistry. The advantage that Langley have though is they train at the same stadium, and I've spoken to Vancouver FC head coach Martin Nash on the AFTN podcast recently about what kind of relationship he would like to see between the two teams, and they can send the players to train. They'll know ahead of time who he wants to play in the weekend's match or the weekday matches. So they will get a little bit of time to get that chemistry going, which we maybe haven't seen with some of these affiliations over the years. Kyle Jones looking to have another shot at the Canadian Championship. Has excelled well in that competition for TSS over the years in new colours now, and we know how deadly Kyle Jones is with his set-piece deliveries, and the 28-year-old standing over this one in the early going for Langley. Jones, good delivery into the back of the box, and it just can't get dug out of the turf there from Vitor de Araujo. The 19-year-old Brazilian just joining the VFC roster this season. Most recently with Red Bull Bragantino over in Brazil. And a long-range effort comes in there from Mateus Lucas. For Azad Palani and his Langley side, kept a key core from that championship winning side that dramatically won the 2025 championship with a stoppage time penalty last year. They are certainly the favourites to beat this year, but they'll be given a tough time. But they're on the attack right away as the ball gets played in, looking to try and get that in. And it looks like there might have been a change to the starting lineup, because number 16, Tristan Otamagi, is on, unless the squad numbers have changed from what I've been given here. Does look though that Tristan Otamagi might be on instead of Lucas Friend now to start this one. As the in-swinging corner comes in, it's punched back out. In fact, no, I do see Lucas Friend out there, so we'll try and work out what has happened from the starting lineup that I was given before kick-off. It's Lys Mousset has taken the number 16 jersey. He was originally down as being number 20. We'll get into a little bit about Lys Mousset as this broadcast gets on, as still continuing on the attack here are Langley. Kamroops get this one clear. The officials for this one, the man in the middle is referee Chris Harrop. First assistant referee is Kareem Shoudy. Second assistant referee Oscar Wazel. And the fourth official for this one is young Barahadur Kandola. Stefan Massates on throw-in duty here for Kamloops. Quickly won back though by de Araujo. Noel Poole brings it down. He's got both the goals for Kamloops this season, the number 9 former Whitecaps Academy player. We saw him in what was League One last year with the Whitecaps Academy, coming off his rookie season at East Tennessee State. A couple of goals from his 13 appearances down there. Ben Finlay. Little give and go there, but straight into an offside position on the return ball. That's going to bring up a free kick here for the home side. Had a couple of people asking on Twitter about Lys Mousset. He has been loaned down really to try and get some game fitness. Spoke to Martin Nash about him, and he's come in. He hasn't played a game since July last year, early July, for Bohemians over in the Irish League, and he's still got a lot to do to get up to full match fitness before we're likely to see him in the CPL, but brings a wealth of experience and pedigree to VFC and obviously to this Langley United side. The 30-year-old French-Senegalese forward spent time in the English Premier League with Bournemouth, Sheffield United, over 100 appearances in the English Premier League. Spells with Le Havre in France, as well as Nimes, Bochum in Germany, some time in Italy. And the first shot comes in for Kamloops, and it's a fierce strike there from Lee Robinson. Doesn't trouble Henrik Rijitnik in the Langley goal. Henrik Rijitnik, one of 4 keepers on the Vancouver FC books for this CPL season, as I'll break off now. Diarrojo, some fancy footwork from the Brazilian, gets to the byline but gets way too much on that and skies that over as a lovely rainbow comes out in the far corner. Not sure if the stream's picking that up yet. In fact, it's a double rainbow over to the right hand side as well as the shot comes in. Lucas Friend with a shot there. He got on the score sheet last week for Langley. It's end-to-end stuff so far. Very entertaining game. Referee plays the advantage there as Clements tries to get that out to the wing. Good start from both these sides. Diarrojo, he certainly looks a live wire in these opening 10 minutes as the tackle coming in there on Ebby Agali. Agali joining Langley this season. Played last year in the BCPL with Evolution, who are no more, at least for the time being anyway, in BCPL terms. Jones, and good delivery, it's just over the head of Musette. And Torin Rutherford, the 19-year-old from Abbotsford, with a big punch to get that one out. Macetis now. Up the wing for Clements. He's looking for some movement in the middle. It's a good ball in from Clements there. And it takes a deflection of Papakyriakopoulos. And Rijitnik had to use every inch of that 6'6" frame to turn that one around. And it's the first corner of the evening for Kamloops. It's a lovely ball in from Rory Clements. Looking to try and get Ben Finlay in. Kamloops corner into the near post. Dangerously flicked up over everyone from Gali. And Musette back on defensive duty. Not the best clearance from the Frenchman, but Kamloops are going to be forced all the way back. Kamloops coach Darren Sarrell will be happy with what he's seen from his side through the first 11 minutes here. Every point in the BCPL you feel on the men's side is going to be very hard fought and hard earned this year, and it's going to be a really good battle again. We saw it last year. 4 teams were realistically in a chance with winning the championship going into the last few games of this season. Langley have to be the favourites going into this one. They've got a very large squad at their disposal. Obviously a lot of interest in the early going is going to be in that Canadian Championship game. As the Galley sends it in looking for Musette. He flicks it up in the air, brings it down. Nice little cut back to Jones, and he gets that poked off his foot there. And a good clearance from the veteran Justin Wallace. The 34-year-old staple of the BC soccer scene over the years. Vitor De Araujo now. Vancouver FC head coach Martin Nash just sitting over to my left. Dual purpose for Marty here this evening as he watches his 3 loanee players to see how they do, but also scouting Langley United ahead of that Can Champ game on May 11th. A long range effort coming in there from Lucas Friend, one of 4 scorers for Langley United last week, along with Marcel Babishkov, another VFC loanee, Ivan Mejia and Tristan Otomagi. Mejia not in the game day squad this evening after his free kick. Given away there by Kamloops, that's something they can't afford to do. You feel they kind of have to play the perfect game here to get something out of this. As a dangerous cross in, punched away by Rutherford. Now Finlay will bring this forward, showing a little burst of speed. Little trip from behind. Fair tackle, says referee Harp from Matthias Lucas. And De Araujo now. He's got room to run here. And one of the things we read about Vitor De Araujo when he joined VFC is that he's got explosive pace and he's a player that can make something from nothing. Still obviously getting used to his new surroundings here in Canada. Does take a little bit of adjustment. Just bounces off the back there of Lucas Friend, son of Canadian men's national team player Rob Friend and VFC owner. Rejednik. His kick forward flicked on to Jones. What a pinpoint pass into the path of Musette. Just takes a bounce away from him off the turf. Friend now back to Musette. Little give and go, but Musette in an offside position there for the return pass. Langley, Whitecaps, TSS and Altitude all winners in week 1. As French shot, good block there. Chance now for Finlay to bring it the other way for Kamloops. Those 4 teams I mentioned getting off to winning starts last year, and you kind of feel that might be the 4 teams that are challenging for the title come July. Next match for Langley is a huge one as well at TSS. Those 2 games between those 2 could go a long way to deciding who is going to be the 2026 BCPL champions. Obviously a long way to go and a lot of football to be played yet. But Langley have looked very impressive in their game and a bit that we've seen of them so far. Papakyriakopoulos. The assistant referee given the goal kick, but overruled by referee Harrop. He's going to give it a corner now to Langley. Papakyriakopoulos, another former TSS player, just back from spells playing over in Norway as a pro for the last couple of years. Good delivery to the back post to Gali, and he just can't get a clean connection on that. Maybe Gali plays his college football for Fraser Valley Cascades out in Abbotsford. A couple of seasons under the belt there for them, for the defender, and 4 goals in those 2 years as well. He's always been a threat in the matches that I've seen him play in U Sport. And one of the many good additions for Azad Palani in this Langley side is Palani out from his technical area, given some instructions to Diarajo. He's been left in acres of room here in the near side, and for a player with his pace, that is not the kind of player you want to give that much space to.
Yellow card issued.
No, Poole picking up a yellow card there for Kamloops, the first of the game. Given away. Chance here for Matarolo to get the ball going. Switches it out to Papakyriakopoulos. Diarajo now showing that fancy footwork. It's a dipping effort coming in there from Matarolo, and when it left his foot it looked really high, but then started to drop at the last minute there. Had Rutherford scrambling, but on top of the goal in the end. As we approach the 20-minute mark here in Langley, still scoreless between Langley United and Kamloops United. It's been mostly Langley so far. The possession stats, if we had them in the BCPL, would be very heavily in the favour of them. Papakyriakopoulos left well by Jones there, goes down in the boxes. Diarajo, and Friend just can't get on the end of that one. Good tackle coming in from Elijah DeSantis to knock that one away. And that trip from Massette's going to get a little bit of respite for the Kamloops defence, bringing up a free kick in their own box. Kamloops have to try and find a way to get some kind of offensive spark going. It came out good in the first 5 minutes, but have fallen out of the game since and need to find a way to unlock and find some space out there. It's in short supply for the green and white just now. Finlay dances away from the tackle from Friend, wins a throw-in for his side. Nice ball forward here for Ben Finlay to try and chase down, putting some pressure on that back line, and this is where Kamloops want to be just now. Finlay again, cuts it back, referee gets in the way. Unfortunate falling over there, but that through ball, just way too much on that. Rory Clement just couldn't get onto the end of that one. Don't know why I suddenly made him French there as Clement, but there we go. Just a little bit scrappy out there in the last couple of minutes from both these teams as we move past the midway point of the first half. DeSantis ball. Build out from the back here for Kamloops. Now a chance for the visitors to get something going here. Cross comes in just way too much on that, but it's going to get kept in. Kamloops have numbers up here. Poole. Back to Muzio. Interesting cross. Gali doesn't play that confidently enough and almost allowed Kamloops to nip in there to get the shot off. Cleared in the end before Clements could get a shot off there. This is better from Kamloops in the last few minutes. DeSantis looking for some space, little touch inside. The shot comes in, it was a push in the back there on Kamita and he couldn't get that on target. Both the Kamita brothers reunited again in Kamloops United for this season. Number 18 Alessandro Kamita back after playing a couple of years pro in Slovenia with ND Gorica. Kamita, much like Papakyriakopoulos on Langley, looking to use this BCPL season as a springboard to trying to get back into the pro game, whether over in Europe or maybe catch some eyes in the CPL here in Canada. Muzio keeps hold of the ball. Nice little touch outside. That just runs under the foot of Clements. He needed to keep that one in. It was a great chance to keep the pressure on there for Kamloops. They haven't had a lot of opportunities in these first 25 minutes. The busiest Henrik Rejetnik has been so far in that Langley goal was from a deflected shot off his own defender that he had to sprawl and turn around the post. Probably the closest either side's really come to breaking the deadlock so far. Tip forward to Musset, brings that one down well, makes room for the shot, and an important challenge coming in did enough to just put him off there from Dominika Kamita. I thought Kamita may have got something on that, but it is out for a goal kick for Kamloops as the sun sets behind us here in Langley. It's been a beautiful day out in the valley. This is chipped forward. Rutherford quickly off his line, commanding his area. Oh, and loose play at the back. Almost punished there from Kamloops. His friend takes a knock from that challenge. Kamloops trying to get something going up the other end. Finlay calls for the ball, gets it now. He's got space to pick out across. He's only got Poole in the middle. He was between two defenders there. Not a great clearance from Mineta. Langley captain for this season, Jayden Mineta, the former Whitecaps Academy standout. And a key player last year in Langley's run to the championship. Played all but 16 minutes over the season. Playing all 16 matches. Kamloops, here they go again. Finlay trying a shot that wasn't really on De Vries with the big block, and that's surely offside. Eyes on the far side lines when he keeps his flag down there though on Diarojo. Played forward now to Muset, and now the flag does go up on the far side. Muset had strayed into an offside position there. It did look like Muset and Diarra were both offside in the build up to that one. Half-hour mark, fast approaching here at Willoughby. Still scoreless between Langley United and Kamloops United. Week 2 of BCPL action getting underway this evening. Interesting slate of matches this weekend. Tomorrow, Unity host TSS Rovers and the double header out at Cloverdale. Little bit too much time spent on the ball there from DeSantis, but he gets away with it. Muzio backing in with the challenge there on Papakyriakopoulos. Nico Papakay, as he was known to the Swingardians during his time with TSS Rovers back in the early days of the BCPL. Former SFU Redleafs standout player as well. As is the man standing over the ball just now, Kyle Jones. Set piece delivery expert for Langley. We've seen a few good balls whipped in from Jones so far. This is his first appearance in the season for the 28-year-old. That's another good delivery to the back of the box. Galley meets it well. It's a cross goal and it's headed in. And we've got the opening goal. 31 minutes. And the breakthrough comes. And it's the captain, Jayden Mineta, that heads home. Kamloops looking over at the linesman to see if the flag was going to go up. But Mineta timed his run perfectly. And 31 minutes on the board. It's Langley United 1. Kamloops United 0, and it's the first of the season for Jayden Mineta. Just had one goal in all of 2025, just one goal in all of 2024 as well, so off and running early this year. And that is the breakthrough. You've got to say Langley's play has deserved. It's been mostly Langley through the first 31 minutes here. And the first assist of the season as well for Ebby Agali. Kamloops now have to try and regroup. Shipped 5 goals last week, but it's made a much better performance from them so far in this one. But still, just lacking a little bit of attacking threat. They will get themselves another corner here though. Everyone back defending this in the box for Langley, but Kamloops decide to go short. DeSantis looking for some options, sends a good ball into the back of the box. It's headed clear by Langley. Finlay whips across in this time, but there's nobody there in a green and white hoop jersey to get on the end of that clearance. Now quickly going the other way is Langley as Diarajo tries to get on that, but a big tackle coming in there from Stefan Macetis. Kamloops again trying to get something threaded through here for Finlay. He's got no support up there with him. It's De Vries in front of him, has to get it back now. Numbers getting forward here for Kamloops. Robinson trying to make room for the shot, has to go out wide. Cleared by Lucas. And another chance comes to nothing for the visitors. Macetis now well read. And getting brought forward here by Lucas. Diarajo timed that run perfectly. He's got space here. Will he go for it himself? He did. There were options in the middle, but Diarajo thought he could poke that one past Torrin Rutherford. But the big keeper standing up tall to keep that one out. But Langley still pushing here. Diarajo. Referee seeing something there. I'm thinking it's because the free kick wasn't taken on the line. I mean, to be fair, it was a couple of yards off the line, but now it's going to be a chance for Langley to go for the long throw. Jaden Mineta, the goal scorer, standing over this one. Looking to send this deep. Musette flicks it on. Friend trying to get on that, kind of bundled over in the box, but it's going to be a free kick instead as Muzio bundled over just outside of the box, and Kamloops will get a chance to get a little bit of respite at the back as we move into the last 10 minutes of the first half here. I want to give a shout out to Ted Hans that's watching the stream just now. Good luck to his BB5 side as the Provincial Cup gets underway this weekend. BB5 taking on Bayes United out in Surrey tomorrow afternoon, 12:30 kickoff. If you're in the area, get out and watch that one. No room at all for Kamloops to move this forward, and They're not trying to force anything. They don't need to yet. There's still a long way of this game to go. And they know Langley have certainly got the players that can pick them apart if there's any sloppy play at the back. But now they're moving up the right wing, and that's just a little bit too far ahead of Macetas there. Musio does well to win that, but Langley get it back immediately. Lys Mousset not maybe had the impact that he and Martin Nash would have been hoping for in the game so far. Still trying to get up to that match fitness as we talked about. Last played with Bohemians, just had 11 games under his belt for the Irish side. Finlay flicks that over his head to Noel Poole. Last week's 2-goal scorer for Kamloops. Hasn't had much of a sniff this evening. They could really do with getting him into the middle of the box instead of out wide. And a couple of Kamloops players just getting in each other's road there and allowing Langley now to bring it forward. Diarajo. Interesting ball. And taking no chances is Lee Robinson. He had Lucas Friend coming in behind him, but he puts that behind for another corner for the home side. Kyle Jones once again on corner kick duty here. Curler to the back post, just has way too much on it, but the last touch coming off the Kamloops defender. As Kamita puts it behind, it's going to be another corner coming up here for Langley. Diarajo is going to take this one on the near side. Everyone back in the box for Kamloops defending this. Henrik Rejednik almost at the halfway line as well, out of his goal for Langley as the corner comes in. Galley tries to get on the end of that again, and it's scrambled clear by Kamloops, but the problem with having everyone back is the ball's just going to come straight back in to the danger zone here. Takes a bounce into Diarajo. Lucas now, nice play to cut inside, but that was well read in the end from Stefan Macetas, and it's going to be out for a Kamloops goal kick. Kamloops have played a good game defensively, breached the once with that header across goal from Galley that was put away by Mineta. The two defenders combining for that one. There's certainly going to be signs that Darren Sarrell will be pleased with from his side. Azad Polani, of course, will be pleased that his side's going in with the lead. Maybe a bit disappointed that they haven't turned all this pressure into more than the one goal so far. Diarajo gets it back now with some space in front of him to run. Cuts inside, gets the shot off, and is held at the second attempt by Rutherford. Certainly looked a live wire out there. It's always tough for the CPL players coming down into this league because it's just an expectation that they've come in from the higher level, the higher league. You expect them to do really well, but it is sometimes difficult for them to find his feet. I spoke about the chemistry early on, which VFC and Langley are trying to work a bit more with this year and give the players that's going to play a chance to at least train with the team. But you're kind of in a hiding to nothing as well when you're dropping down, because everyone expects you to light it up. Mousset, for example, a player that's played over 100 games in the English Premier League, you'd be thinking he would be in the back of the net in the BCPL. It's not always that easy though. Museo calling for the ball, but Kamloops go back to DeSantis. Not a clean connection there. It's going to allow De Araujo now to bring this one forward. The 19-year-old Brazilian almost gets his pocket picked there, but gets it back to Lucas. An interesting, Mateus Lucas, the number 7 for Langley. Raised in New Jersey, but his parents are actually from Brazil. And he went to Rio as a 16-year-old and played a couple of years with Flamengo's youth side before returning to Canada. So a little bit of a Brazilian connection on the left-hand side for Langley this evening. And it's Lucas on the ball just now. He was a big player for Langley in the championship win last year. 4 goals on the season. Wallace chips that forward to Finlay. It's a dangerous ball across goal. Nobody there to get on the end of it though for Kamloops. They've kept it in, but not now. It's just run out. And that was a great chance for Kamloops to try and find the equaliser here as we move into the last 2 minutes of the first half here at Willoughby. And it's still the narrow 1-0 lead for the home side, the defending BCPL champs. Jones trying to flick that on for Musette, but a big Kamloops boot clears the danger for now. It's going to come pretty much back at them pretty quickly. Again, Kamloops are giving De Araujo a lot of space out here on this left-hand side. But they've handled the threat from the likes of De Araujo and Musette very well through these first 44 minutes. Lucas wins that battle in the midfield. Musette threads that through to Jones. Needs a little bit of help. Back to Lucas now. Nice little touch out to De Araujo. And a big stop from Rutherford. That was a lovely pass from Mateus Lucas to set that one up. Friend, going to be a minimum of 1 minute added on at the end of the first half here, indicated by the 4th official underneath me. DeSantis, long ball forward for Finlay to chase down. He's got the speed, but he was just well blocked and held up by Papakiriakopoulos. Finlay almost nipping in and getting that one back. Maybe time for one last chance for one of these sides. Kamloops need to move it forward. Certainly stuff to build on during the half-time team talk for Darren Sarrell. And there goes the half-time whistle from referee Chris Harrop. It's a 1-0 lead to the home side. The goal coming in the 31st minute from captain Jaden Mineta, heading home from close range after a good ball across goal from Ebby Agali, who got in the end of a Kyle Jones free kick. That's the difference between the two teams for now. Langley United 1, Kamloops United 0. go stick the kettle on, grab your biscuit of choice and join us in 15 minutes to see what the second half has in store for this one. Welcome back to Willoughby Stadium in Langley for the second half of this Week 2 BCPL featured game of the week in the men's division. Langley United holding the narrow 1-0 lead over the visiting Kamloops United. 2 half-time subs for the visitors as well. Making way is number 9, Noel Poole, and number 20, Aidan Musio. And coming on for them is number 10, Daniel Sagno, and number 15, Caelan Wynne. It's been a... Oh, we've also just noticed the scoreboard has gone out in the stadium. The heavens also opened at half-time as well, and the rain came down, so I don't know if that has anything to do with the scoreboard going off. I will try and time this now on a stopwatch instead. It's a good first half performance from Langley, dominated proceedings and deservedly going in with the lead. Head coach Azad Palani may just feel a little bit that his side should have more than just a 1 goal to show for things right now. That is all they do, and as long as they have that, Kamloops still very much in this game. Kamloops looked good on the defensive side, as the scoreboard is now back up and running here. But Kamloops looked very good defensively in that first half. They now need to try and spark their attack, and they'll hope that their 2 subs that they've made, Caelan Wynne, who's taken in that position up front, and Daniel Sagno, the veteran, I think you can call him, of BC Soccer now, out on that right wing. Sagno, 27 years old now. Remember watching him, I guess so many years ago now, as he played for Whitecaps at U16, U18 level. Always great to see a game when Daniel Sagno is involved. Thomson Rivers University alumni. Always good to pop up with a goal or 2 over the season, and Kamloops could certainly do with that in the second half here, as they look to try and get their first point or points of the season. The rain seems to have gone back off again here in Langley for the second half. So quite a downpour at half time. It's going to be a bit of a slicker, slippier pitch down there. Might be able to see some of the greened out line markings from the rugby that was on the pitch a couple of weeks ago. Langley led by just a single goal at the half last week before putting up a 3-goal performance. As Sagno skips away, still keeps hold of the ball. Excellent stuff from the sub. Out now to Clements, and he just took too long there. A huge challenge coming in from Magali. He was complaining to the referee because I think he thought the decision had gone against him, but not sure if he was a bit concerned that he had got the tackle wrong. The referee had deemed that as a penalty, but you saw a celebration from the tackle. Ebigali, very commanding player in League One as it was last year, and in U Sports as well for the Fraser Valley Cascades. Defender that loves to get forward, as you're seeing there, as he wins the ball in the sideline, and he's sent crashing to the deck from the challenge there from Lee Robinson. Just out for the throw-in though to Langley. Think we might be seeing a lot of the action in this half played at this end of the field. Alessandro Kamita winning the ball there as Kamloops get it out. Flicked on a little bit from Caelan Wynne. Wynne from Wellington in New Zealand. As Igali doing what I just talked about from him, storming forward there, brought down for the challenge. Not overly happy about it as well, as the yellow card comes out, I think the way of Justin Wallace, and making the second Kamloops player in the book for this one. And bringing up another set piece opportunity here for Kyle Jones to step over. Three-man wall lined up from Torrin Rutherford, and we've seen Jones go for goal from these kind of angles before. And in these kind of slick conditions since the rain, it's worth putting this onto the keeper and see if someone can follow in for any spilled rebound if he doesn't manage to put this in one of the top corners. Goes for the low one instead. That was well read by Sagno. Sagno and Jones were in the Whitecaps Academy at the same time, so they'll have known each other for many a year. Jones again, out to Diarajo. Lucas now tries to poke it inside. It's well read though by DeSantis, and he does well to recover and win the goal kick for his side there. Sagno slips at the wrong time. It's picked up by Jones. He goes for a goal, and it just whizzes past the right post. We've seen Kyle Jones score so many goals like that over the years, and he got some power in that as well. Rutherford, I think, had it covered all the way if it had been on target. But certainly the closest either side have come to adding to the scoreboard in this second half, 53 minutes in. And it's still that 1-0 lead for Langley. Langley in that beautiful blue Admiral kit with the trademark Admiral yellow stripes down the front. Just evokes so many memories for me. Mentioned this during the broadcast last year. It's a kit I associate so much with football growing up as a kid because I am that old. It was a big, big kit in the 70s, that design. Whitecaps as well had it in their NASL days for a couple of seasons, a red and white variety, as Diarajo put in and just gets a little bit too much on that and pulls over the bar. Langley knocking on the door here, looking for a second. If you're a Vancouver FC fan, you're going to like what you've seen from Vitor Diarajo. First look at the Brazilian this evening. As Wynn judged to have fouled Igali there, who's in a little bit of pain, staying down after that charge. Didn't really seem too much in it at first, but not sure if he's maybe just tweaked something. Maybe a little bit of cramp coming in for the big defender. 20 years old, Igali now from Surrey. Only started playing soccer from the age of 12. He was a wrestler before that. Certainly wouldn't want to get in a wrestling match with him. I think I would be losing that one pretty quickly. There's a little bit of discomfort. Oh, and this sign you do not want to see. Igali's going to have to come off there, an issue with his right knee. And with that Canadian Championship game coming up in a couple of weeks' time, that's something that all these players are wanting to avoid, any injuries in the build-up to that. Igali's been such a key player defensively for Langley tonight and last week as well, and he is going to make way There's going to be a double substitution now, actually, for Langley. Coming on for Egali is number 5, Joseph Green. Also making way is Lucas Friend, and coming on for him, another veteran of the BCPL ranks, Connor McMillan. Jones. Oh, almost got that out there to Connor McMillan, wearing the number 9 jersey this evening. Joseph Green, incidentally, that came on as well, the number 5 for Langley. Vancouver FC draft pick in the 2026 U Sports draft, selected 3rd overall, the rookie from Mount Royal Cougars. Very solid rookie season with MRU, 19 appearances over the year for the man from Winnipeg. Diarra and Papakyriakopoulos standing over this free kick. Not Kyle Jones for once. It's going to be Diarra who takes it, he gets it on target, almost just dips under the bar. Right idea. Another yard out, and that would have forced Torn Rutherford into action. Kamloops really pinned in just now as Jones tries to drag that past Domenico Kamita. Just can't do it. Now Kamloops maybe get a chance to bring it out. Sagno dispossessed by Matarolo. And Lucas now. Jones centres it back to Lys Mousset. And the Frenchman has his first goal in Canada. 58 minutes on the board. It's Langley United 2, Kamloops United 0. Kyle Jones with the assist, and Lys Mousset off and running in the goals in Canada. And Langley looking very comfortable now in this one. Azad Pillan is going to be a double substitution now after that goal. Coming on is number 19, Marcus Blount. And number 20, which is by elimination going to be Tristan Otamagi, who has changed numbers with Lys Mousset. And Mousset getting a little bit of help from the trainer there. That is not going to be a happy sight for Martin Nash if he's tweaked something and getting that goal. Limping to the bench there, Lys Mousset. Adriano Matarolo, the other man, making way. Here go Langley again. Mention going into half-time, they were just 1 goal to the good at half-time last week, and they put up a 3-goal second-half performance to see off Nanaimo by 4 goals to 0. If you're a betting man, you wouldn't bet against them doing exactly the same against Kamloops here this evening. McMillan was just in an offside position as he got the return ball there. The subs there that came on for Langley. Tristan Otamagi, 18-year-old from North Van, coming off his rookie season in college with the SFU Red Leafs. 17 appearances for the Red Leafs. Wasn't able to find the back of the net. Did get a couple of goals last year in the BCPL, playing with TSS. And a fierce strike comes in there from De Araujo. You feel he wants to pop one away this evening. Second player to come on at that change there for Langley as well. Marcus Blount wearing the number 19 jersey. Player on Vancouver FC's under-19 squad this past Fraser Valley season. 13 goals for the VFC U19s in the Fraser Valley League, 12 in the League 1 in the Cup. As Jones doesn't get a curl in that, and that's well wide of the mark in the end. We're going to get a couple of subs now coming up for Kamloops. As coming on for them is going to be number 8 Lucas Rinaldi and number 25 Ryan Lewis. Rinaldi, 19-year-old from Kamloops. Couple of seasons in the college game under his belt with the Thompson Rivers Wolfpack. This is his third season playing in the BCPL, but just minimal appearances and minutes in the first 2 years for Kamloops. As Langley gets straight back at it. McMillan takes a late little kick in the ankle there, and that's going to bring up the free kick for the home side as well. Ryan Lewis, one of the older heads on this Kamloops side, a 29-year-old. Lewis is certainly going to be a danger man to watch for them. Played with Rivers as Kamloops were back in the 2024 BCPL season. 5 appearances and 4 goals for Lewis as the free kick comes in. Now Kamloops finally get a chance to stretch their legs and get forward. Not the best cross into the box. Green and white hooped jerseys waiting for it, but just finds a blue jersey instead. Brilliant ball brought down by McMillan. Robinson though handling him well, and Kamloops will get this out. Game's opened up a little bit now since that second goal. Kamloops just nothing to lose now, may as well go for it. May as well be hung as a sheep than a lamb. Sagno now. Another misplay there from Sagno. There's been a couple where the ball's just run away from him in the second half. And another cheap foul given up by Kamloops as well. Trying to get something going there. It's going to be another free kick opportunity here. Jones goes short to McMillan. Oh, and it's picked off the feet of McMillan by Sagno. McMillan trying to come back to recover. Nice little touch outside by Lewis, back to Sagno. Robinson, it's just over the head of Lewis. He certainly knows his way to go, and if Kamloops want to try and get back into this and try and get at least a point from this game, you feel they need to try and get the ball more to Ryan Lewis. Easier said than done the way that this Langley team is playing. Past, or coming up for the midway point of the second half here. Langley comfortably in the lead, 2 goals to zip. Lewis brings it down, gets to the byline, cuts it back, but well read by Mineta. When trying to get onto that. Caelan Wynne moving from New Zealand to Canada. He's going to be playing for the Wolfpack next year in U Sports, or next season in U Sports. It will be this year. TRU have done a good job recruiting players from England and New Zealand over the last couple of years. Seen a few of them play in the BCPL as well. It's going to be a very keenly contested U Sports Canada West Championship this season, with Victoria hosting the men's championship, so only one spot available in Canada West. So these players will want to get up to match shape this season in the BCPL. Nice footwork there from Robinson. Wasn't really going anywhere though, and McMillan with a block sent it out for a Kamloops throw-in, quickly taken. And McMillan there just to mop up the loose ball. Jones going down, maybe with a little bit of cramp. His first appearance in the BCPL this season, but coming off another good season with Coquitlam Metroford Wolves in the VMSL Premier. Not as high scoring as he was last year, where he led the league in that category, but it wasn't a great season for Metroford either. And Jones now making way, and coming on is Cassius Fenrich, wearing the number 14 jersey. Another player that was on Vancouver FC's under-19 side in the Fraser Valley Soccer League this past fall season. A couple of goals for him there. Langley looking to make another substitution shortly, but just now they're going to have to defend this free kick. DeSantis and Robinson standing over this one. It's going to be the captain DeSantis that chips this in. It's headed clear by Lucas. Spinning shot there from Lewis, can get it on target. And it's easily wide as we move into the last 20 minutes of this one. Langley with a 2-goal lead. Kamloops showing signs of life though in the last couple of minutes. Cassius Fenrich that came on, incidentally, he's known by everyone as Cash. So that is how we'll kind of more refer to him as this game goes on. Nice little back heel though into the path of Lucas from Rinaldi. Out to win, but strayed in an offside position. And this might allow Langley to get another substitution here. Sukhman Gill, number 13, is waiting to come on for the home side. We'll see who makes way for him. Gill played with Langley last year in the BCPL, 3 appearances under his belt. Came through the Langley United Academy system here. Also spent time in the Whitecaps Academy and with VFC's under-19 team. De Vries does well to get it out, but it's well read and broken up by Kamita. And we'll chase this back to Rejetnik. As mentioned, one of 4 keepers on the books for Vancouver FC for the upcoming CPL season. Langley's starting goalkeeper last year was Mateus de Souza, who is now on a development or U Sports contract with Vancouver FC after being selected in the draft. Got his first pro start last week in that 1-0 defeat to Halifax to kick off the CPL season. Another player that's made the pathway from the BCPL into the CPL. His teammate Cian Proctor, who has been a standout with TSS the last couple of years, another one on the Vancouver roster this year, as Gill now set to come on for Axel de Vries, the big defender. It's down as 6'2", looks way more than that even from way up here in the commentary position. It's going to be a like-for-like switch as the defender Sukhman Gill now comes on. McMillan chests that ball down. Back to Green. Kamloops felt that should have been their throw-in. I've got to say I did as well. Lucas, a little tug back from Sagnode as well to lay it off. Otamagi now. Broken up by Wallace. The 34-year-old powering forward and winning a throw-in for his side. If Kamloops can nick the next goal here, it's going to set up a grandstand finish. Kamloops continue their road travels in week 3 where they head over to the island to take on Nanaimo United. For Langley, it's a 10-day wait for them. They will have a midweek match-up against TSS at Swangard. And that could be a very tasty top-of-the-table clash between the top 2 teams that went toe-to-toe all season long last year. If Langley want to go back-to-back, those are the kind of games that they need to take all 3 points from. It looks like they're going to start this season off with 6 from 6, barring a big turnaround in this one. They've dominated the possession stats. 2 goals to show for it. Could have had a little bit more, but their pressure has been well dealt with by a Kamloops defence. Just trying to do too much there, and Kamloops win the ball back. And cheap free kick given up, and Kamloops tried to take it early. Referee not having it though, and they'll call this one back. Hope you've been enjoying the action wherever you're taking it in from, whether live this evening or on demand. Chip forward for Sagno, and he gets a head to Rejetnik. Was off his line, but no real power from Sagno there, and straight into the arms of the Canadian keeper. Rejetnik, first chance to look at him this year as well, since he's made the move to Vancouver FC. McMillan in on goal, but quickly off his line. Torrin Rutherford with a big block. But Kamloops can't stop this one going out for the corner. Once again, Kamloops just can't get it out of their final third. Cross comes in front of goal. Falls to Joseph Green. It's off the post. It comes back to the draft pick, and he buries it into the other corner. And in the 77th minute, it's Langley United 3, Kamloops United 0. Joseph Green with his first BCPL goal. He struck the first one well, cannoned off the post, came straight back to him, and he finishes it with aplomb into the other corner. And Langley now look certainly like they're going to be home and dry, and now it's just a case, can they put up another 4-0 victory as they did last week?
United third goal scored with number 5, Joseph Green. Goal was scored the 77th minute. 5-3.
I spoke in the first half. These are the exact kind of games when Martin Nash has loaned his players down. He wants to see them come in and make a difference. And Joseph Green taking that opportunity. Martin Nash just over to my left. Looks a very happy man just now. Not sure how happy he'd be when he has to go up against this Langley side in May in the first round of the Canadian Championship. That is going to be an absolute cracker of a game, a Sunday as well, and Willoughby should be packed for the Battle of Langley. I guess we'll have to come up with some kind of name, as all these kind of derbies do over the years. Diarrajo in on goal, beautiful goal, and the Brazilian gets his first goal in Canada, and Langley coasting now in the 80th minute. It's a fourth for them, it's a first for Vitor Diarrajo, and the defending BCPL champions are coasting 4-0. Langley, on evidence from these first two matches, are going to be some force to be reckoned with this season again in the BCPL. It does very much feel that you've got at the top of the table Langley, TSS, Whitecaps, Altitude, maybe battling it out for that top four. And substitution as well, as Matthias Lucas, the number 7, making way now for Langley, and coming on is Yuvraj Man, the number 6. Man, 18-year-old that can play defensively or in the number 6 role. We'll kind of see where he slots in. An 18-year-old that's come through Lusa, played for Langley United's 08 team. Just saw 4 minutes of action in the BCPL last year, but this is the ideal kind of game for Azad Palani to give some minutes to one of the young guys like Man. You never know in this season when you might have to call upon some of the players and the young guys and the fringe players. So good to get them an outing early in the league. It's a condensed season due to the World Cup this year. So I'll just run through to Rutherford. Reminder, this season will run as the 2025 one. No playoffs, it's just a straight 14-game season. All 8 teams will play each other home and away. Whichever team is top of the table come July will go on to represent the BCPL and British Columbia in the 2027 Canadian Championship. Langley's going to have a taste of that, and they're going to want to have that again. First 3 years it was TSS, and the advantage of being in that Canadian Championship, as Langley have reaped the rewards of this year, is you can kind of have a pick of some of the local talent, and a lot of players have moved to this Langley side from other players around the BCPL. Players as well coming back to BC. If they want to put themselves in the spotlight, you're going to join the team that is in that Canadian Championship, which makes every single point in this league and finishing first absolutely crucial for longevity, really, as a powerhouse in the league. Lewis brings it down well. Kamloops still pushing. Sagno was in an offside position there. Flag stays down from the linesman. Kamloops will switch off to the left now. Up the wing for Wynn, who is going to get booked for simulation, is it? Or is it going to be for the free kick? It looked like he threw himself to the ground, I've got to say. But it is going to be given as a free kick. I did not see much in that at all. The challenge coming in from Tristan Otamagi. But it is going to be a free kick the way of Kamloops. Can they at least get a consolation? They shipped 5 goals last week against the Whitecaps, did put 2 on the board. The man that got that, Noel Poole, pulled off at half time. We're going to get a triple sub coming up for Kamloops after this free kick. Sagno goes straight for goal. Nice idea, but just got too much onto that. And coming on imminently for Kamloops, as I mentioned, it's going to be a triple substitution. We're going to see number 7, Sullivan Reaney, number 11, Ryder Emsley, and number 14, William Edwards. Kamita. Forward now to Lewis. He's got a little bit of room to get a good cross in. It's an excellent cross, maybe just a little too high in the end. No one coming out of the back of the box for Kamloops. That's a late challenge there. Goes right through Cash Fenrich. The yellow card, I'm sure, going to be coming out here for Domenico Comita. And now we are going to get this trio of substitutions, making way for Kamloops. Number 13, Stefan Macetis. Number 18, Alessandro Comita. And number 23, Justin Wallace. Macetis, Comita and Wallace off. Number 7, Rainey. Number 11, Emsley. And number 14, Edwards. Coming on for the last 4 minutes and change for Kamloops. They've got a long drive home ahead of them. Having done that a couple of times now for commentary in League One. It's a drive that is, even after a win, is quite arduous, but when you're on the back of a heavy defeat, it's an even longer drive, it feels. You just want to get home by that point. Sagno pokes it forward, loose ball. Falls favourably there for Edwards, but he just can't get the shot off. Kamloops still pushing though, trying to get something on the scoreboard from this game, and that will at least be pleasing for Darren Sarrell. Still a long way this season to go. 12 games left for them. It's all about building, it's all about developing their game. And coaches want to see how players react when they've been on the end of a tough one. And that's 2 tough ones in a row now for this Kamloops side. Seamark in tons of space to get the cross in. And Edwards living dangerously in the box there, but manages to get it back to Rutherford. Kamloops just trying to get out of being penned into their final third. Sagno now. He's not really had a lot of chances to run tonight. Now he might be able to stretch those legs. It's a good ball outside to win. He's got numbers getting forward. Ball into the box and a stretch, and Lewis tries to get on the end of it. And it's out for a corner for Kamloops. That is more like it from the hoops. Langley will try and regroup in the box. Everyone back defending this. Just one man just in the D of the 18 for Langley. Robinson, out swinger to the edge of the 6-yard box. Lewis just can't connect. And that one player that was on the edge of the box now gets it as Langley try and get some numbers forward, and that's going to hit the referee and be called dead. Into the last 20 seconds of regulation. We'll keep an eye on the 4th official. Expect maybe about 3-4 minutes of time to get added on. So going to be some late drama. 5 minutes minimum of time to get added on at the end here. brought down well. D'Araho trying and get a second off the match, just couldn't get enough room to get the shot off there. And that free kick is going to go against Langley. Taking no chances there, Sukhman Gill putting that into touch. Kamloops pushing in the closing minutes here. Langley getting numbers forward, McMillan in acres of room and they find him. Brings it down, could do with the overlap and run, forced to go inside. D'Araho. And it's just played back for Langley. Green, the scorer of that third goal he got. Robinson brings it down, goes back to Rutherford. He has to scramble back a little bit to get on the end of that. Blount trying to put pressure on the keeper. Kamloops get it out, and Sagno looking for the free kick, but good tackle, says the referee. Here go Langley again. Can they get a fifth? Big save to deny Blount from Rutherford. And the free kick coming up for the visitors here. We have had 3 of the 5 allocated for stoppage time as it's turned over by Kamloops, brought down by McMillan. Otamagi plays it out to D'Araho. Tries to dance his way past a couple of defenders there, but Kamloops come away with the ball. They're looking for a late consolation here to have something to build on for that game next week against Nanaimo. Thank you for watching and supporting the BCPL here on YouTube. It's week 2 of the season. Our broadcast next weekend will come from Kinsman Field on Sunday, as Altitude host TSS Rovers in a pair of matches in the women's and the men's division. April 19th for that one. Remember to download the PSLC app to keep up to date with all the scores, standings, stats and more across all of the Premier Leagues in Canada. You can also check out bcplsoccer.ca, the official website of the league. Check the schedule as well. If there's matches on near you, get out and support some local soccer. Some good football on display. The players of tomorrow, you never know where you're going to see them next. Talked about the CPL call-ups that have played in the league last year. Some of the women's players gone on to play pro as well overseas. So a good development league that we have here in BC and across Canada. It deserves your support. And we're over the 5 that were allocated. It's a 3-on-2 break. Just to put the icing on the cake is Diarajo. And it's 5 for Langley. They go nap here at Willoughby Stadium. It's a double for Vitor Diarajo. And it's Langley United 5, Kamloops 0 with the last kick of the game. I was all set to say that it was deja vu with another 4-0 victory. They've gone one better now though, have Langley United. It finishes Langley 5, Kamloops 0. First half goal from Jaden Manetta set Langley on their way. Second half goals, a pair from Vitor Diarajo. Lys Musset getting his first goal in Canada, and Joseph Green finish that made it 4-0 for the CPL draft pick, and that is where it finishes. Thank you for watching, whether you've been watching live or on demand. I've been Michael McCall. As I mentioned, next games are Altitude and TSS next weekend. We'll catch you at the pitch again soon.